Hello, it's Justin here again with another edition for the Film Recipes channel. Welcome along, thanks for watching the video, and if you enjoy yourself, please do like and subscribe. That helps the channel grow, and it is early days, as I'm sure you can tell by my bumbling and amateur way of doing things. But anyway, here we go. So Film Recipes, what's going on? So film simulation recipes for the Fujifilm cameras help us cast a whole new light on our pictures, and we can see things in different styles and get a nice consistent set of images across a range of shots, even range of places, locations, times, all that sort of thing, by using the same film recipe to give a style. Film recipes are also really good at enhancing the conditions or correcting a situation, that sort of thing, to give you a different look. And you can go for all sorts of styles, from retro to black and white to ones that simulate particular film stocks from yesteryear. But my particular passion is ones that bring the mood and give an atmosphere that enhances the situation as we find it. And so I have a load of these, and a lot of these I've published on a website, film.recipes, which you can go and have a look at, and there's about 300 on there. And then of course I also have an app which is here, where I have pretty much all of my creations that have been, all the ones that have worked anyway, have been installed, and there's well over 600 on there that you can download and you can have a look at. And for looking by theme, the options are there in the app to filter. You can filter by a number of different style tags, by the type of weather, the season, the kind of thing you're trying to take a picture of, and that'll give you a set of recipes that should work in those sorts of situations. And I've been doing that a bit this morning. So here we are. It's unfortunately it's gone cloudy. It's been beautifully sunny, but it's cloudy now that I'm come to do the video part of this, and but it is a bit frosty. So I've got a combination of sort of winter feels and early morning. So the recipes that you can choose, then you've got sort of winter ones that like the frost, the cold, sort of give a blue tone, or maybe work well with the details that you get on things like the grass that here is all frosted over, and you can get a sort of crispness, that sort of thing. But also when the sun, which has now disappeared behind the clouds of course, but when the sun is out and about, at this time of day you get the golden hour, and the first of two in the day, obviously the other one at sunset, but this one quite often also comes with the hazy mist that you get in the morning as the overnight dew starts to sort of evaporate away. So that we've also been using, and using a golden hour setting. So yes, this recipe choice for the video here is being called champagne, and that's really because of the color cast. It's golden in these sorts of sunny morning conditions. It's really beautiful, and has a champagne look to the colors. So I've got that loaded up on my camera and on the app, and you can see that in the app you have all the details so that you can carry this around with you, and you can load the pictures, load the settings, and there's more sample images and things like this to help you choose. So the champagne recipe is the one that we're using. So I'll tell you what, let's tell you a little bit about it. So the settings will be on the screen, which will help you a lot, but I'm going to remind myself. Oh yes, of course. So yeah, this is a Reala Ace. That was the bit I was looking for, and it's a warm toned film recipe with Reala Ace of slightly reduced saturation and contrast, which also helps to work well in this golden hour. And I have that loaded on the camera, which thankfully is attached by a wrist strap because I keep dropping it. I use the Fujifilm XS20, there it is, and I've got my 16 to 80 lens on there, which I use for almost everything, although occasionally I take the big lens, as I call it, out for zooming in on things if I know I'm going to be able to use that. So I've been walking around this little area. This is a bit of abandoned I suppose, but an old golf course. It's no longer for golf. The golf course is on the other side of the road, is still in use, and so at the moment there's a footpath across it and lots of signs telling you not to go anywhere else, and yeah, it leads through to this woodland where you can walk through and join other footpaths on the other side of the wood into a village there. And there's quite a lot of different spots where you can just stop and take a couple of images, even though they don't want you wandering off, so you have to do it all from the trail. But that is fine. Let's look at some photos. So I've done a whole bunch of shooting already, so this is just going to be a little edit to tie those together. This is the champagne film recipe with its beautiful golden colours. So let's have a first set and have a look at that. So there is the first of two little preview selections of the champagne film recipe. I'll do another batch of pictures in just a minute, and just showing you the style that this golden film recipe can add to pictures, particularly in the golden hour, and when the light is low and the sunlight is streaming through the early morning conditions. You get a beautiful soft look, and this film recipe takes things, warms them up, makes them even softer still with the Reala Ace, which in general is quite a flat sort of film simulation look. It has a lower contrast than say Provia or some of the other simulations, and although it doesn't have an exceptionally varied sort of color character of its own, say like classic Chrome does, or classic negative, it's quite an interesting one to work with when building recipes because of that flatness and the range of fairly neutral and realistic color. But you do have to then put some shifts and changes on it to give you a new style. And so in this particular one, we've got a 7200 color balance, although colour temperature could have been a number of others, I suppose, but it's that's the one. And then, as I said before, we've worked with that flatness and softness by reducing it a touch further, and that will then help to make this extra soft. And in the early morning light, that sort of exaggerates that golden hour feel and the soft light that you already get. And on a day like today, where it's been frosty and it's been quite cold, you also get sometimes this wonderfully hazy conditions, and that's where having a zoom telephoto type lens is really useful, because zooming in helps you to crop and make more of that misty atmosphere. And I've done that on a couple of the trees in the woods we've just come out of there, and just along the edge of this old golf course as well. So that's quite nice to add some depth. And if you mix the telephoto zooming in with perhaps the low depth of field, now although this only goes down as low as f4, that still is effective for isolating some of the subjects, and you can get some quite nice effects. So I've included a couple of those in this next set of images, which are samples taken with the champagne film recipe from film.recipes. So there we go, another little selection of images that should now give you an idea that the champagne film recipe is a good partner for your golden hour shooting, whether that be early morning or later in the afternoon. And in fact, you can use it any time, of course, but it does work at its best in the lower sort of hazier light that you get at the two ends of the day. So it's a lovely choice. And I was just going to say, I suppose, if you don't have Reala Ace, which of course the very newest cameras all have, and it's been around a little while now, it's on my XS20 for example, but was not on my XS10, which I had before this. You can try the same recipe with one of the Pro Neg simulations. That'll work just fine. Probably Pro Neg Standard in this case, because we're after the softness. And that is a general piece of advice, which is that when you find a film recipe that you like, but it doesn't have the settings for your camera, whether you have something like say an X-T3 or an X100V, something like that, where the latest simulations have unfortunately not been provided to you by Fujifilm, then it doesn't mean you should give up all hope. You can adapt film recipes, and that's something that I might cover in a little bit more detail on another clip. But the general gist of it is that you shouldn't be put off, and you should go down the settings that you do have on your camera, set the ones that you have as close as you can, and then if necessary just leave the simulation to the last option, and then adjust ones and see what you get. You can quite often get very similar look actually, even with different simulations, and Pro Neg is a pretty good substitute for some of the more neutral simulations, and that'll give you a good look. But it also can be a way of you discovering a look that you like that was entirely new. So, you know, I would say don't be disheartened if you have an older camera and you see all the film recipes that are out there, of which there are many thousands, I suppose, now, that you know are being developed for the newer cameras, that you can't take part with the older ones, because you definitely can. Okay, right. Well, that's a wrap, I think, for this one. I got out there before the weather changed. In fact, even in the time I've been filming this last section, the frost has been clearing very fast, and it's almost green everywhere now. But if you so it's a last chance for me to get up early before the clocks change, and you have to really get up early at like 5 a.m. or something, which a lot of photographers do like to do, but I don't. But anyway, you never know. You may see me in future episodes up really early, but for the minute it's a respectable hour, because the clocks haven't changed yet. But we've lost the sunlight, we've lost the mist, and the frost is clearing really fast. But the important thing is we've got a whole sequence of lovely pictures, and we've been able to do another video in the Film Recipes series. So here we are. So it's Justin on the Film Recipes channel, the creator of many hundreds of film recipes, which you can visit the film.recipes website to see. Also the Film Recipes app, which is available for iOS and Android, and I'd love it obviously if you took a look at that, and if you did purchase it, that helps support everything that goes into all of this, and you know, is much appreciated. But as always in each of these videos, the recipe is provided down below for this particular recipe, but in the app of course you get many hundreds of others. So there we go for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you have a minute, and we'll see you again on another edition on the Film Recipes channel. Thanks so much.